Welcome to a world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to a war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and make them remember you. Push through heaven. They will remember you. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions brave and one false step lead the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Get it on, go. Get it on, get it on, get it on, get it on, go.
everyone, welcome to the match. I am JRT, and tonight we have Variance Gaming facing off against Big Frames. Variance coming into this one 8-2, and they're on a 2-game win streak, and Big Frames coming in at 7-3. They're on the opposite end of the spectrum there on a 2-game losing streak. Now, there was a recent roster change to Big Frames. I'm not entirely sure why, but Dawn is no longer on the squad and is no longer playing in ESEA at all as of right now. Was replaced by Arya, who joined them from Tectonic, who are actually ex-Tectonic now because they lost their org. A lot of ex-teams in the league now, as is, I guess, par for the course in ESEA Advanced. But in any case, let's get back to this one. After one tough loss against Zone Esports, 6-4 for Variance, they came back, and they came back with a vengeance, defeating ex-Grizzlies 6-4 on Train, and then Identity Disorder again on Train, 16-8, so only lost 12 rounds over their last two, and KMZ has woken up big time. Last two matches, 46 frags, 1.92 KDR, and an ADR of 102. Fang as well has been pitching in 41 frags over the last two, 1.71 KDR, and an ADR of 93.12. So those two have been at the top of the scoreboard pretty consistently throughout the season. And it kind of shows through their overall stats on the season. As you see, Big Frames are going to win the knife round and probably choose CT side, I would imagine. We are on Nuke here. It's the first time I've casted Nuke this season. It's the first time Variants are playing it this season. Last season they were 2-1 on it. Defeated Clarity, now grounded, 6-11. Lost to Intact 6-2, and I casted that match. That was not the best match for Variants, or they were known as Rain then. But they recovered and defeated Fake Out Nation at the end of the season, 16-6. Little funny story about that Intact match is that Variants, or Rain at the time, were scouting. The previous one that Intact was playing against Las Vegas Minigunners was a doubleheader, and it didn't really help. But in any case, we are in Season 30 here, round number 1. Let's get it started. Shoker, Nesca, Spammer, KMZ, and Fang over on Variance going to charge into this B site against Reality, Church, Dev, Arya, and Big. Well, she's going to go down. So is Arya, Fang, and Spammer getting those frags, and here we go. Church going into observation with a teammate backing him up, and he's going to get the first frag for his squad. Bomb has been planted here over at the B site. Dev, who is by far the top frag on his squad with 247. Gonna go down here. Fang gets a second. KMZ and Spammer pitch in for a couple more as well, and Variants get off to the early 1-0 lead. Oh man, Blakers with the savagery in the chat. Cut Nesca. No. No. Nesca on the season, 181 frags plus 42 kills to deaths, 1.30 KDR, and an ADR of 78.5. Also has an ace. Actually, 3 members have an ace on Variance. Fang, Shoker, and Nesca. But yeah, plus 43 kills to deaths for Shoker, plus 42 for Fang, plus 52 for KMZ, and plus 42 for Nesca. The plus 52 for KMZ is actually pretty meaningful, as KMZ is going to get the opening frag in the round. He started off a little bit slow this season, but he's really kicked it into gear over the last 6 or so matches. And he's in his old form, which is a good time to find it, as we're nearing the playoffs. 6 matches away, including this one, in fact. KMZ and Nesca headed into lobby now, and they're going to move their way towards B ramp. Shoker checking the boost spot. Never can be too sure. And now he's going to move in with Fang. Crossfiring in towards B, and Big Reality goes down to a headshot. Big Frames did force up in the round. You see UMP-45 in Church's hand. He opens the door, and Dome Shoker, good frag for him, spots out the back. I think that was a Spammer. Gets him down to 20 HP. KMZ and Spammer only combine for 24 HP, but Fang is going to dispose of Dev, and now it's Church, who is the last one standing in a 4v1. But look at the HP here. Spammer at 20, KMZ at 4, and Fang at 19. If Church goes in and gets a little bit of a spray transfer going on those players and doesn't have to deal with Nesca per se, he could do this, but obviously he doesn't know the HP of those players. And he's going to back off and save the UMP-45, which in this situation, probably the right play. But still, could have done it if he tried, perhaps. Bomb going to take away. Variance going to take the 2-0 lead. And I want to talk about Dev. Dev has 246 frags on the season, representing plus 83 kills to deaths, 24 frags per match, 25 3-kill plus rounds with an ace, and an ADR of 94.6. The closest to him in terms of frags is Reality at 209. So he's got a good 35 frag, 37 frag cushion actually over the second place player. And I mean, he's without a doubt the strongest player for Big Frames. If he isn't performing, then Big Frames are in trouble, at least in this season. Big Frames, coming from MDL last season, were relegated after placing 5th in the relegation tournament, 4-15 season in season 29, so nothing to write home about in MDL, but they're trying to turn things around here in Advanced, and so far, so good. They're sitting in 11th at 7-3. Variance number 6, though. As mentioned, 8-2. Arya's going to get hit down to 9. They make it 0. KMZ using the SG553 to get a couple. Spammer getting a couple with the AK, and now it's all up to Dev. It was a full-on save, though, for Big Frames. So pretty much the expected result. Dev trying to work some magic with the P250 and does to get 1. Tries to retrieve the gun but can't. Nesca immediately trades him out, and Variance off to a good start on nuke, 3-0 in their favor. Here comes Big Frames' first buy-up of the match, though. 3 AUGs, an M4A4, and an AWP. Over on Variance, they're going to go for the bonus round. 3 MAC-10s, an AK, and an SG553. All those guns carried over from the previous round, except for one that was bought up, of course, since they lost one member. It was a MAC-10. So see what they can do. Variance pretty effective with these MAC-10s. Remind me of Intact last season. Of course, Intact now in MDL. But the MAC-10 can be extremely lethal if used appropriately. Nesca. Gonna go in here. I think... Oh, anyway, Reality is going to get the opening frag here on Shokur. That's Reality. Good job on his part. Makes it a 5v4, and he's going to back off into the B side. Then get a second, maybe a third. No, finally gets traded out, but it is a 4v3 man advantage for Big Frames. They have no one else in the B site, so they're going to have to do a full-on rotate and a retake as Nesca going to get the bomb planted. Post-plant situation. Nesca going to hang around at the back site on the boxes. Actually go up to the platform, upper B, as Arya is creeping his way in from ramp room with Welshie to back him up. Arya going to take some damage here down to 46. Welshie goes down to KMZ, and KMZ's doing work with the SG553. Dev moving into the site. Church gets 1. Dev gets a second. Leaves only Spammer standing. And Spammer, the IGL, going to have to do it all. Smoked off probably twice here. And now he's going to get sprayed through the smoke. Dev nails him. 2K for him. And Dev starts things off for his squad there. First round victory for Big Frames. 3-1 now for Variance, and Shokur rocking a very unorthodox 0-3. He is definitely going to get on the board since he has 198 frags in the season, plus 43 kills to deaths, and KDR of 1.28, along with the team lead 19 3-kill plus rounds. Oh yeah, going to get tagged early through the wall there with the op from KMZ. He's down to 22 HP. Rounds 4 on nuke last season for Variance, 34 rounds against 33, making it a round differential of +1 for them on season 29 on nuke. Well, KMZ spots out the head of Arya, and that's threading the needle right there. Great shot on his part, finally finishing off his initial target. Well, she trades it back immediately. Good spot out with the AUG, and then goes up to heaven. 4v4. Well, she has his eyes set on Big Garage. KMZ is going to get domed as soon as he comes around the corner, and man, is the AUG a powerful weapon right now in the current meta. Just see how effective, and you can defend heaven with it. Don't need the op anymore, and you get the scope with the AUG and easy recoil control. I'm wondering if that AUG nerf is going to come into effect. Not too sure if Valve's going to act on that, but Nesca's going to get 1, traded out by Church. 3v2, man advantage retained, and Dev finds Spammer, leaving only Fangs standing. He's going to get 1 from heaven. Look for the second on the transfer, but Dev gets another 2K, his second in a row, and Big Frames get their second round victory, 3-2 in favor of Variance. Nesca leads Advance, actually tied for first in Advance with 35 bomb plants. Interesting little stat there for him. And Shokur is tied for first in 4Ks with 5 in all of Advanced. So a couple of team leaders in the league here. Last match for Big Frames was against the Quest. And that one didn't go well, as have many recent matches against the Quest for any of their opponents. They lost 16-5 on Overpass, but just to get off track, maybe a little bit, but the Quest has only lost 14 rounds over their last 4 matches. I saw their roster at the beginning of the season. I said, these guys are going to do a lot of damage. Then they had 2 surprise losses, so they started at 2-2 on the season. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Then they just decided to go into overdrive and completely tear apart Advanced, which could likely be the case well into the rest of the regular season and the playoffs. Here we go, though. Timeout has now ended. 6th round of play. 3 AKs, an SG553, and a Galil for Variance over on Big Frames. Though they're going to lose an AUG. They had 3. Now make it only 1 as KMZ drops a double. Dev is going to strike back with Arya to get the trades, but KMZ still standing with 19 HP. Dev coming around the corner, sees someone in mid-garage and can't get him. Neska's going to dome him instead. 3v2. Church and Arya now trapped inside of lobby. Spammer and Neska know he's there, but Church and Arya do find 2. Spammer gets the trade, but he goes down as well, leaving only KMZ standing without bomb control. Man, things fell apart quickly there for Variance in the 3v2. Just got caught out of position in Squeaky Door, and a good flashbang thrown by Big Frames. KMZ doesn't have the HP to go for an extended engagement here, so he's going to have to pop around the corner and get a headshot, or find a way to grab this bomb given the utility that he has. A smoke, a molly, and 2 flashes versus only 1 flash for Arya. So that's his advantage, and he's going to have to use it. Coming around the corner here. Surprised to see Arya give up bomb control, but he's going to come around the corner. Timing will likely be in his favor as KMZ has his back facing Hut, and indeed it will be Arya getting the final frag. A 3K for him on the round as well. And we're all tied up here. After 3 in a row of Variance, Big Frames respond for 3 of their own. And we're heading into round number 7, excuse me, and Shokur still has no frags on the board. I believe Nuke, last time I checked, was one of the rarer maps to be played this season, sitting at around 10 to 12% in terms of times played this season, at least in terms of the top 10 squads in the ranking. Arya gonna spray down Shokur. Dev gets Neska. Arya finds a second, and Dev a second as well. All 4 frags going to those 2 and make it all 5. Arya with the 3K on the anti-eco. Big Frames take the lead for the first time in the match, 4-3 in their favor. Now, as mentioned, Big Frames on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Hollow Esports 22-20 in a double overtime match on Cash. Then, of course, against the Quest. But I'm not sure if that double overtime loss was the reason why Don left the squad. I still, as mentioned, don't know why. I'm assuming it was personal issues on Don's end because stats-wise, he was performing pretty admirably. As well as you'd expect him to on a solid squad at 7-2 at that time anyway. Now she's going to charge into Secret, and Neska takes him down a notch with the headshot from the AK. KMZ also gets the off frag, so we have a 5v3. Variance trying to strike back and get their first round in 5. Church hanging around vents and Squeaky. Spammer gets a 3rd for his team on Arya. Now Neska's going to come out the vent and dome Church through the vent. He's going to get his first, actually 2nd on the round, and KMZ gets his 2nd as well. Variance strike back with authority, losing 0 members on the round. Another 0, though, is still Shokur. I don't mean to focus on it too much, but I have never seen Shokur go out without a frag for so many rounds in a row. It's got to be the largest amount of rounds in a row for him that he has gone without a frag all season long. But on the bright side, Variance still finding ways to win the rounds, and they're all tied up here, 4-4. Round number 9, opening frag again for KMZ. He's lighting it up here. He's going to look for a second one in vending or trophy. Flicks around and managed to survive the onslaught from, I believe it is Dev with the deagle. No, that was reality. And now Big Frames going to back off. They are on a pistol buy-up. A little bit of body armor bought up. Church has the head armor. Reality only has the body armor, though. Fang going to spray down Arya. Variance on the anti-eco. Don't want to lose these AKs or the op. KMZ probably going to play it safe at this point with only 4 HP left and a lot of money spent in the round. All 5 members for Variance stacked up now in lobby, and they're likely going to move their way towards that B ramp. Dev hanging out inside Hut, and a flashbang thrown here by Variance, not taking any chances as they move into B. Of course, unbeknownst to them, no one's even there on Big Frames' end. Sugar's going to break out the windows in observation and hang out there, nodding his up and down, pretty happy. Not to see anyone, perhaps? And could find his first frag here against Church or Dev. We'll see what he does. Reality's going to go down to Spammer. And now Fang going to engage with Church. He's going to get it. And now it's down to Dev in a 5v1. Two members lit. KMZ and Fang at 4 HP. Fang's going to go down, but Shokur, there it is! First frag of the match for Shokur. Dev goes down, and likely the floodgates will open on Shokur's end at this point. 5-4 Variance retake the lead now. From last season, the only members retained from Season 29 MDL on Big Frames' side were Church and Dev. Everyone else has either been added to the squad as of this season or played with them in the past. That's in the case of Welshie, who played on Big Frames in their first season of Advance, wasn't with them for MDL, but is now back with them in Advance once more. 10th round of play here, and Variance taking their time. Variance, an extremely structured team with excellent executes, and that's why you don't often see them losing 2 or more matches in a row. This season they haven't lost more than 1 in a row, just 1 and done, twice. Last season they only lost 1 on losing streak twice, and again that was only two game losing streaks, and that was it. So they're a hard team to keep down, which will serve them well, as they're almost certainly playoff bound. Reality gonna throw a molly there as Big Frames trying to fend off the Variance advance, again pushing all 5 members in towards ramp, and Reality is gonna have to do some work here and get the frags again. Gets one, peeks around the corner looking for a second, and he does go down. Fang struggling a little bit with the spray control, but connects in the end. KMZ in the meantime also spots out Welshie, so B site has been clear for the time being. A quick rotate by Church and Arya to get into the tunnels. Arya hanging around Decon, trying to spray through that smoke. KMZ and Fang are very vulnerable, and there's KMZ down. Dev gonna find that frag. And now Dev looking to drop more. Good molly thrown by Fang, though, to hold them off for the time being. Arya spotted out by Nesca. He's dropped. Now it's up to Church and Dev. Make it only Church as Fang spots out Dev. Church looking around, and look at how safe Variance is playing this, waiting patiently, but they do give Church 2 1v1s. Nesca and Fang go down. Church looking for the final one on Spammer. He's not going to get it, but wow. Perhaps should have gone for the trade a little sooner there, but Variance getting a little too passive. Did admire the play at the beginning, but in any case, they do find the W. Spammer ends it. Variance get a 6-round victory, but a lot of economy lost in that round as a result of those frags. So Variance going to get the full-on buy-up anyway. 4 AKs and the op coming in. And over on Big Frames, they're going to be on another pistol buy-up. In the chat, Zephyr, saying, where's the IP, the GoTV IP for the new ESEA website? I had some trouble finding it as well, but you just go to the schedule page, not the match page, and it's right there next to the match itself, or underneath the match itself. I don't know why that's happening. I'm assuming it's just a bug, and that'll be fixed soon. Anyway, Church gonna get the opening frag here, but Shokur and Nesca respond for 2 of their own. But there's Dev again, looking for some action, and finds it in the form of Nesca, and almost gets Shokur. And now it's Reality who picks up the AK off the ground, getting the frag. So on the eco, Big Frames trying to pull it off here. Dev hanging out here in the A site. Bomb control still in Variance's favor, and they're gonna try to get into secret. Can they get in there before Reality spots them out, though? Well, they changed their mind and decide to come on in towards mini garage. Arya at the B site. Dev waiting at A with the P250 lined up. Good crosshair placement on his side. Find the headshots if he needs to. And he does. There's one over on Spammer, and Dev looking for the 3K now and gets it. Dev with the big plays with the pistol at the end of the round, and KMZ his final victim. Checking out the replay of that one. Just holding a perfect angle with that P250. KMZ misses the shot, and then he capitalizes on that miss. Dev, again, at the top of the scoreboard for his squad, 13-7 with the 3K on that round. Variance still have the lead, though, but it's down to 1 round, 6-5 in their favor. Arya scoping in here towards the outside, and Variance on another buy-up, though. 4 AKs and the op. KMZ stacked up on Silo, trying to get Arya before Arya domes him. And Arya is going to get the advantage and drops KMZ. So the op duel going in Arya's favor, at least this round. Welshie hanging around T-Red. And Choker doesn't check it. He goes down as well. Fang around the corner, but he can't peek around in time to get a quick trade. Good flashbang thrown. Welshie's working it. And Welshie with the 3K. Spammer, the last one standing. That is some great teamwork there from Big Frames. Welshie waiting for the flashbangs to be thrown by his teammate and then peeking out at the right time to get those frags. So it's just well executed. Even if the flashbangs don't work, it attracts the attention of Variance, who have to look in another direction for another potential member. So Spammer, again, the last one standing. He's going to make some noise on Silo. I think Welshie could get the 4K here if he spots him out. No, it's going to be Dev who gets the final frag, but still great performance by Big Frames in that one. Good control of the outside area on Nuke, and we're all tied up once more, 6-6. Leading the way for Variance, it's KMZ at 12-7. In second, Fang and Spammer with 9 over on Big Frames. Dev, 14-7. And then it's Church at 8-8 in second. Church on the season, 188 frags, minus 12 kills to deaths, but still has managed to get a ADR of 77.29, along with an ace and 13 3-kill plus rounds. Church gonna do the damage here on the anti-eco. A 3K spray down from the M4A4. Nesca and KMZ now going to have to try to find a way to get this bomb planted. They just want to get the $800. And they're going to try and sneak into ramp room. It's not going to work. Welshie gets one on Nesca, and Reality gets the other one. So Big Frames again retake the lead. Last time it was 4-3. Now it's 7-6 in their favor. 2 rounds remain to be played here in this first half of action. But boy, do I love new Nuke. I wish more teams played it, because when they made those changes, removing the outside rafters, getting rid of the window in hut, and also changing the vent entrance, or removing the vent entrance into the B site, things got so much more exciting in terms of how this map can be played, and a lot more balanced. Some would even say it leans more towards T's side, which is a first in Nuke's history over 20 years. Or maybe it's a little under 20 years, but still. Nuke's been around for a very long time, all the way back to 1.6. And even in the betas. Dev. Control the HE grenade there, but Arya is going to get the opening frag on KMZ. Nesca looking to trade it, but it's actually going to be Shokur finding Arya. Opening frag on the round for his squad there, and Nesca spots out Welshie trying to creep around secret, but he's wise to it. 4v3 now, and Variants have the man advantage in the round. Reality, Church, and Dev. Try to go on the defense here. A bit of GoTV lag, but not too bad. Dev going to get the frag on Spammer. He's a tough cookie to take down. Looking in here. Fang is going to drop Dev. Shokur gets Church. 2K for Shokur, and that's a quick 2v1. Advantage taken away from Big Frames. It was brief, though. Reality. Gonna trade out the frag, though. 1v1. Shokur versus Reality. Shokur, flashbang thrown. Gonna peek around the corner, and Shokur does it. 3K for him. First one on the match for him, but at a very good time, because he ties it up again for his squad. 7-7. 15th and final round of play here in the first half of action. And both teams delivering. As promised for 7-3 Big Frames and 8-2 Variants. The auto coming in for Dev. Interesting decision. Guess he had the money and decided to go for it. Likely going to camp out here at Heaven. Variance doesn't come to the A site, though. That auto is going to become much less effective. And even against KMZ, I don't know. A bit of a risk. Assuming KMZ is there to go for the engagement. Unfortunately, actually I say that, but KMZ doesn't have the op this round. SG553, Galil. 2 Galils actually, a MAC-10 and an AK. Variance looking to retake the lead for the 3rd time in the match. Same for Big Frames. They've traded it back and forth twice. Wall of smoke's coming in. Now Dev is going to spam it with the auto, but likely not going to connect on anything since Variance is going to jump around that. He did tag Fang for 50 HP, but they do get on through secret, and they leave one lurking behind. That's KMZ. So KMZ going to try and find out the rotates if he can. Spammer going to get the frag trading it out as Shokur goes down. KMZ going to get that second, but now KMZ is traded out. Tried to come in on the flank, didn't really work out, and look how lit Variants are. Nesca and Spammer down to 13 and 16 HP. Fang down to 50, and Welshie throws the HE grenade in and finds the touchdown. 3v2. Spammer trying to come in and defend. Now he's going to be the last one left for a 3rd time in the match. Fang is down for the count. Gonna try and hide in the smoke. It works. He gets one, not a second though. Welshie spots him out, and Big Frames do indeed secure the first half with an 8th round victory, 8-7 in their favor, thanks to a good performance from Dev once more, and Church stepping up here with 13 of his own. Over on Variance, I think it was KMZ and Spammer, but in any case, we'll get those stats back soon. Guys, I do hope you're enjoying the match so far. If you are, I'd really appreciate a follow at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end on my Twitter, and just JRTTV without the 2 E's at the end on Twitch. I will be posting highlights of the match once it has concluded, though. Here we go, though. Second half of action is underway. Variance looking for their 9th victory on the season, which would all but ensure them of a playoff spot. I mean, you could still miss the playoffs if you lose the rest of the matches in the season, but I highly doubt Variance are going to go down that path. Big Frames looking for their 8th victory, so they'll still need a little bit more to get into the playoffs. The one team that has secured a playoff spot already is Polar Ace, 10-0. Trying to pull a Furia GG this season. This Furia last season, 16-0. Here comes Nesca, though, in the pistol round with the CZ. Drops Reality immediately, but he's going to get stormed on and fragged by Dev. They don't check the flank, though. KMZ was at headshot. He found one, but traded out again. So another close round here. 3v3. Church down to 70. Welshie down to 27. Over in Variance, they do have the HP advantage, but only Spammer really lit at 65. Shokur engages with Church there over at double doors. Fang comes around the corner to support, and Church is down. Bomb planted here, though, for Big Frames. Welshie waiting in decon, and Arya's going to try and rotate over to get to double doors and get a crossfire going. Welshie gets one. Arya peeking around the corner, flicking for those headshots. Cannot find it just yet, but he's still got a chance. Shokur down to 11. Now he's going to stick to defusal, and Fang supports him. Fang with the 3K on the round, and Variance. Tightly contested round, but they find a way to win it. Tied up again, 8-8. Big Frames, no strangers to these close matches. Before that Hollow Esports OOT was 16-14 victory against We Don't Give a Hoot on Inferno. The only match that really hasn't been close for them was, of course, against the Quest, 16-5. To note, for Variance, aside from the 25-20 marathon against Masked Esports, every single win they've gotten this season, they've only given up a maximum of 9 rounds. So if Big Frames gets more than 9 rounds in the match and Variance win it, it'll only be the second time this season that will have happened. Dev, in reality, coming around here. They did buy up in the round, forcing up 2 AKs, a Galil, a Scout, and a Deagle. That $800 plant money is extremely important for the buy up in the second round when you get it. Spammer's going to get one here over on Dev, but trade out immediately by Church. The top fragger is down for Big Frames. Reality peeking around the corner, looking for a frag. Doesn't see anything in mini garage. And now likely join Church over at Heaven. In the meantime, though, Shokur is going to spot out Welshie, and he's down for the count. Big Frames will certainly be on a save if they can't get their act together here on the force buy. Arya shooting through Squeaky Door with the Scout. Fang comes around the corner, sprays him down, but Reality takes down Shokur, who's right over his shoulder. And Fang's down to 3 HP. KMZ coming to support. What a sneaky little play by KMZ, and it works. Coming up from Vent as Reality was distracted with Fang. And now it's all down to Church. Church finds Fang, and that's one and done. Nothing in terms of a response from Variance. And Big Frames Church has the advantage in terms of firepower with that AK. Nesca and KMZ could spot out an AK that was dropped on the ground. Big Frames did buy up 2. But for now, KMZ sticking with the MP9 and Nesca with the FAMAS. Nesca waiting patiently at the A silos. 9 seconds left. He did spot out Church, but he's doing the smart thing, hiding from him, forcing Church to chase him down, knowing there's not much time left. And that is textbook right there by Nesca, hiding around the corner on the A site behind the silos, forcing Church to engage with him with time taken away, and he gets an AK as a result. 9-8. In favor of Variance. And again, the lead has traded hands. Third, actually 6th time in the match that it has done that. 3rd time for Variance. Big Frames on the pistol buy-up. No armor, no utility, just 2 Deagles, a CZ, a Glock, and another CZ. Big Frames sticking together. Nesca's going to get domed, perhaps, from the CZ there. down to 64, and he's going to back off, trying to spray down Big Frames. He could get exposed here over at ramp, but KMZ to rescue from behind, gets Church and Arya traded up by Reality. There's an MP9 down, but MP9's not going to help Big Frames too much in the round, as they're now down to a 4v3. Spammer around the corner. Maybe I spoke too soon, because this engagement does favor the MP9 against the MP45. But Dev doesn't take it. Welshi, Reality, Dev. Now doubling back in towards lobby. Fang waiting at Squeaky and Shokur at the entrance to hut. Reality. Gonna try and peek around. Doesn't do anything with the deagle. Shokur finds him. Dev is now the last one standing as Fang drops Welshi, and Shokur gets the 2K on CT side. Variance take a 2-round lead here. 10-8 in their favor. Can they extend it to 3? I guess we'll find out here on Big Frames' first buy-up. Or actually, well, first full buy-up in the second half. 5 AKs and full utility. Over on Variance, they're going to go for a bit of a bonus round. UMP45 and MP9 carried over from the previous one. AK-47, AUG, and MP9 round out the buy. Nesca going to throw a quick one-way there. Over in the garage. Or, excuse me, ramper. While Spammer waits to greet anyone who comes into secret with his UMP45 rounds. Big Frames taking their time. Nesca's going to throw that pop flash in towards vending. Now, I think they're going to work the outside or Big Frames. We'll see if the wall of smokes comes in here for a play towards secret. Church on top of mini garage. Spammer is going to peek up from secret, drop Arya, takes a lot of damage to the engagement. Now they know he's there. They're going to throw a molly, but that molly not too well thrown. Spammer won't be too fussed. He waits behind here, throws the HG grenade. Now KMZ peeking around right underneath Heaven, and KMZ catches the arm of Welshi, but it's still enough, and he gets that frag. Church around the corner. KMZ doesn't know he's there, but he still finds one. Maybe the third as well. No. Church does get the jump on him, and then Reality drops Fang, so a 3v2 now. Can't believe Church even gave KMZ a chance to flick over and try for that shot. In any case, Shokur is going to drop Church, leaving only Reality, and Shokur is going to get the 2K. Here's the Shokur we know and love. 2 2Ks in a row for him, and Variance up by 3 now, 11-8. And let's check out Shokur. There he goes. Yep, at 10 now. Likely going to jump above that 500 mark. Everyone else at or above the 500 mark on Variance, and KMZ continues to roll along. 19 frags in the lead on both his team and in the server here. Over on Big Frames, everyone below the 500 mark except for Dev and Church, 16 and 13 for both of them. Shokur coming down into the A site. Pistol armor buy-up aside from Arya, who managed to have enough to get the scout and still stay above that 2K mark. Nesca peeking around here. Loss bonus, believe, at 2,400 for Big Frames right now. We'll be at 2,900 if they lose this round, and KMZ puts a dent into their offense as Church goes down to his op. KMZ now back to Heaven. Love how quickly KMZ rotates around with that op. Very mobile and very effective. Spammer. Looking around here with the UMP45 into Mini. You see Fang engaging on the A side. He is going to get Reality, and now it's a 5v3, and Big Frames really can't get through here. It is a pistol buy-up, but still, Welshi waiting, looking towards top of hut, and he does get that frag over on Fang. 4v3. Gun is still trapped over on hut roof, and Arya domes Nesca. There's a gun down for his teammate. KMZ responds, though, finding Arya. Look how quickly he got there towards admin, and is second on the round here. So they're not going to be able to retrieve a gun. Still Dev with the scout and Welshi with the CZ. Bomb plant's coming in, so that's $800 to add on to their 2,400, so at least 3,200, maybe more, as Welshi finds his second. Spammer drop to the ground. KMZ and Shokur now going to have to go for the retake. KMZ wisely dropping the op, doesn't want to give Big Frames the free upgrade of 4750 in their pockets. And it's still very effective with SMGs and rifles, and he shows it there. Actually, Shokur finding the frag. Dove. Dev getting the headshot over on Shokur. Now firing away with the deagle, but not connecting on anything. And Shokur smokes the bomb, sticks the defusal, and Dev's not going to spot him out. Smart play by Shokur, and Dev will get the frag in the end, but it doesn't matter. Shokur wins the round for his squad, and that's the biggest lead we've seen so far here tonight. 4-round lead for Variance, 12-8 in their favor. So far, good defense on CT side. They're going to buy up 2 M4s, 2 AUGs, and the AWP over on Big Frames, 4 AKs, and the AWP there on another full buy-up. So we'll see what they can do. Again, those bomb plants helping Big Frames, and if they come back in this match, it's largely in part due to the fact they've been able to penetrate, at least to get into the sites and find those bomb plants. Arya looking around with the AWP over on Silo. Very common AWP position, as you've seen from both Variance and Big Frames on nuke. Spammer waiting right behind that smoke. Can he spot out Arya over that? Maybe saw him, but just didn't go for the shot. Very tiny gap in the top left. Now the smoke fades away, though. Spammer waiting at the back corner. Knows his feet can't get spotted out. Very calculated position there for him. And a nade flies on through. Only does 1 damage to Arya. Spammer in the meantime from that big garage position does spot out Church, and now KMZ gets the arm of Arya again, doing the work here from right underneath heaven for Variance with that off. Spammer throwing a quick flashbang, and now Big Frames are going to try to move in perhaps to the A site. Reality opens up squeaky door and then throws the smoke for mini garage and a molly for back vents. So here we go. Big Frames thinking about the execute onto A. Will they commit? They have 33 seconds left. It's either towards A or into the vents and out to B. Reality making up his mind. He decides to go down the vents and likely going to call for the rest of his team to do the same. 22 seconds left. They're going to have to make it quick, and Fang is not making it easy for them. Dropping Welshie, leaving only 2 standing. Make it only 1 standing as Spammer gets Dev, and Nesca finishes off Reality, who just could not get back to reinforce in time. Variance now pulling away with this one. 13-8 in their favor. Big Frames started the season 7-1, but now perhaps a 3rd consecutive loss is looming. They need to get things going right here and right now. They do have the full loss bonus in effect, and it will help them get 4 AKs in the Galil, but not full utility just yet. Comes a potential wall of smokes towards Secret for Big. There it is. And they're going to move on in, not taking any damage at all as they get in there. They do have a lurk. That's Arya. Hanging out and vending. Probably going to make some noise very soon. Does come through into ramp room. Hunting for Nesca. As Dev finds the opening frag for his squad on Fang. Dev gonna move in here. Nesca hiding around the corner. Arya has him down to 8 HP. Make it 0 HP. Arya taking him down a notch. 5v3, 5v2. Reality gonna get Shokur. Church gonna spray down KMZ. And that is the best execute we've seen so far for Big Frames on their T side. Not losing a single member as they move into that B site. Spammer is gonna slowly but surely make his way in towards CT spawn just to save the AUG and maybe get some exit frags, assuming Big Frames hunts them down. I don't expect that to happen though, because Big Frames doesn't have the best of economies. You see, Dev maybe at 2100, but, you know, I don't think you want to throw away any weapons at this point. They're going to let Spammer save his because a trade out would be a worse case scenario for them than it would be for Variance, who are still sitting pretty good at the 2K mark for 3+ members. They will only have 1400 going to this next round, so we might see a light pistol buy-up. But Spammer with that AUG could make the difference in the round. We'll see. Big Frames respond after losing, I think, 6 rounds in a row to Variance. Variance finally conceding one. 13-9. Spammer, as mentioned, with the AUG, and there's the light pistol buy-up. 2 CZs. USPS only for KMZ, who wants to save for that AWP in the next round, of course. And Fang with the 5.7. 3 members have body armor, so if a rifle goes to the ground on the side of Big Frames, it's likely going to be Shokur or Fang are going to get those in their hands. KMZ and Nesca hanging out here. Church is going to walk into the A site towards Squeaky. Drops Spammer. Takes a lot of damage to engagement. Now Nesca, ever effective with that CZ, gets reality. Traded back immediately, though, by Big Frames, and they're rolling along in this round. Did take a lot of damage so far there. Church down to 8 and Arya down to 37, so very exposed to those pistols. And not to mention the AUG in Fang's hands. They are reset now towards T-spawn. Getting their execute going at the outside area. Fang dropping down into the vent, maybe expecting a secret play. And that is some excellent intuition there with the wall of smokes coming in. Even a gap in the smoke, so surprised to see Big Frames commit regardless of the gap. Church, oh man, gets the jump on Fang as he walks in through secret. That's a real shame for Variance. So now they're down to a 4v2. Shokur's managed to pick up the AK off the ground. He's still in the B site. And he's going to wait to greet them. Doesn't want to save this AK and just wants to go for it. No reason not to. They will have enough money in the next round. So if they decide to go to the B site, to Big Frames, but they don't. They double back to A and get that bomb plant. Post plant, 4v2, and now Shokur definitely going to save the AK. No reason to throw it away over on A, but KMZ doesn't have much. Could try for the Zeus play, as he's done many times before. Or we'll just hang back and save the Zeus. Nah, he's going to look for some exits without a doubt. Hanging on Big Garage. Church could be an easy target. Only 8 HP. Church thinks better of peeking Big Garage for the time being. Well, she looking around. He will spot out KMZ. KMZ misses the headshot as well. Pops around the corner, but does nothing but dev TK's Church. So I guess KMZ's peek worked out. A little bit of damage to Big Frames' economy at the hands of themselves. 13-10, though, in favor of Variance. Back down to a 3-round lead. Big Frames looking to build up some momentum. Variance likely going to buy up as they have enough money to get going again here with Shokur saving up that AK. 2 M4A4s, an AUG, an OP, and an AK on Variance's side over on Big Frames. 4 AKs in the OP, and they're just going to keep trying to roll along here. Arya checking out what's happening in towards mid garage, and this opposition is really, really good for the T side, I would say. Especially if someone's holding big garage, mini. I mean, you can see 3 different angles. The vents, mini garage, and big garage from here. Well, she in reality spraying away here. Now Molly going to come out for the back vents again. So it looks like that A fake perhaps coming in from Big Frames again. They did it before as they double back to T-spawn, and here it comes again. Maybe Variants are going to read this play, having seen it once before. This Big Frames going towards the outside area. Spammer spraying through the smoke. Here comes the wall of smokes for secret. And Big Frames getting their executes on T side now. No frags yet. Nesca a little bit aggressive in towards ramp room. Spots out the lurk in the form of in the form of Welshi. And now Spammer peeks around from blue box, gets Arya. Some great play by Variance to find those 2 frags, and not even a response from Big Frames, and KMZ drops 2. Dev in reality, his victims. Great little frags there from KMZ, and Church is the last one standing near Decon. Gets one nice tap to the head of Spammer and almost gets Shokur as well. Shokur backing off, thinking better of this one. Might as well keep Church trapped in there with a crossfire than try to be aggressive and engage with him. Church peeking around the corner, forcing the aggression. And he's going to get Shokur, but time's going to tick away on him anyway. And Church just going to save this AK and be happy with that. Variance do indeed respond finally for their 14th round victory. 14-10 now in their favor. Let's check out that replay. KMZ with those 2 quick op frags from B ramp. See him get one over at Squeaky. Then he rotates quickly around to the other side and gets the second one. Got cut off. But in any case, KMZ making the big plays once more. 24 frags for him on the match. One more win here for Variance, and they will be able to have 5 match points. Shokur waiting patiently here in the A site. Throws that HE grenade and does a little bit of damage to Church. Not too much, but 13. 1:30 on the clock. Reality through the smoke. Spots out Shokur, but KMZ playing over towards Secret gets Arya. So 4v4. Now Dev going to try and work his way into the A site here with the rest of his team. Nesca hanging out in hell. You see one in heaven here. I think that was Spammer. Anyway, Spammer's down now. KMZ going to try and come out and support, but Welshie's got the 2K on the round, and he's looking for more. KMZ and Fang were all the way at the outside area, and they really couldn't respond in time to stop this push into the A site. And Welshie cleared things out, of course, for his squad, and that's going to give Big Frames a quick response, fully resetting the economy of Variance back down to 1,400, and they're definitely going to need these 2 guns. Big Frame's likely going to hunt this time, and it's not going to work out. Fang does get Welshie, but his position is now known. We'll see if Big Frame decides to chase a little more. But nope, they're just going to be content saving these 3 AKs into the next round. But Variance, what do you do now? Do you force up around the op and the AK, or do you just buy pistols for the rest of them and hope that the op and the AK do the work? I would think that Variance is going to stick with the pistols, especially Nesco's really good with that CZ. He'll probably have the CZ in hand. And maybe some SMGs spot up. No, actually, they're going to force up. Okay. So they're going all in here, our Variants. A bit of a risk, given that they were just fully reset. But 2 UMP-45s, an M4A4, an AK, and an op. A lot of confidence on Variance's side right now, given how well they're playing. And I guess they figured they can seal this one off right here and get that 15th round victory. Arya gonna throw the flashbang to the outside area as Variants are waiting to greet them. Spammer playing outside here, and he's going for the aggressive push to go on the flank. I'm not sure if he's going to get there in time. Fang's already being engaged onto 54. Nesca drops reality, and Spammer is hightailing it to try and get in and find a frag on Big Frames before they get down into ramp, but not in time. He is joined by Shokur. I mean, they could still do some damage here if Fang can find this one frag. He does. Fang with his second, but that's going to be actually his first on the round. Now Welshie comes out with 2. Spammer responds with 1 on Dev, and then Spammer gets a second on Arya. Spammer trying to do it all himself. The IGL coming in here, and now it's an observation for Arya, and he's going to look to end the round in the 1v1 and get a 12th round victory for Big Frames at Variance. Want to find that 15. They took a chance here buying up. Arya, here's the footsteps of Spammer. Spammer looks up, but he can't do it. Arya with the 2K. Big round victory for Big Frames. 12 for them. Variance on the pistol buy-up, and likely a 13th round victory coming in for Big Frames. That could be the round that determines that this match will go the distance to 30 rounds. It's all dependent on what Variance can do here on their pistol buy-up. All right, the loss bonus of 1,900. In the next round, it will be 2,400, so they will be back on the buy if they choose to do so, but the utility won't be too strong for them. Assuming they can't make some magic happen here with 3 USPSs and 2 P250s. Welshie looking towards Secret as a molly flies through there, thrown by his teammate. And Arya going to throw the standard smoke in here to block off view from Mini Garage. Variants are stacked up here at the outside area under heaven, and they're hoping that they'll be able to get something done. But Welshie has all the information he needs, throws the flashbang, signals to his team what's going on. Let's see if KMZ can sneak around. Surprised not to see him with the P250. Welshie gets a double here on the anti-eco. Oh, KMZ, of course, trying to go for the Zeus. But now he pulls out the USPS and maybe realizes that no one's close by for that Zeus frag. Well, now here's Church on the roof and decides, you know what? I'm going to try for it. Sees Church. And KMZ the last one standing after all is said and done here. KMZ just does get the Zeus frag on Church. I guess he's happy with that one. And that's all he's going to get, though. Dev trades him out immediately, and Big Frames find their 13th round victory. 14-13 for Variance in the lead, cut down to 1 again. Big Frames trying to tie up the match for the 4th time in the match. For themselves, anyway. 28th round of play. And man, would it be gut-wrenching for Big Frames. They lose another close match. It'll be their 3rd out of the last 4. They're working so hard to come back in this one. But still need one more round to tie it up. And Variance do indeed force up here. Well, not really force up. They buy up the rifles. They won't have the full utility. 4 flashbangs and 2 smokes remain, and the 1 molly they had has now been used. Church setting up an HE in towards the A site. 2 of those come in. They don't do any damage over on Variance. And now Big Frame's going to back off. Still have 4 smokes here. Church lining up his smoke there. Going towards the outside area. And Spammer seeing it bounce right into the big garage. Likely Big Frame's just trying to make some noise at outside and then go in towards ramp room. That's what they're going to do, but KMZ drops one that gets traded out by Arya. Has been doing pretty well. Actually, no, he doesn't get traded out. It's Nesca who goes down. KMZ still standing, and he gets a second. 4v3. KMZ with 2 critical frags in the round and Big Frames. Gonna have to try to find a response and fast. Arya lit down to 13 HP. Church saws 100, in reality almost at 100. Is KMZ gonna get a third now on the round? Looking for more is Arya, and Church are coming in. Oh, KMZ misses the 4th by a hair. And now Fang's gonna try and come in and get the frag on Church before the bomb plant goes down. They're not gonna have enough time to plant the bomb, nor are they gonna survive the round. Variance Gaming come out with a 15th round victory, and now they have 2 match points with the economy fully reset for Big Frames. That said, it doesn't really matter for Big Frames. They have plenty built up to buy up fully here. So we'll see if Variance can do it once more with 2 AUGs, 2 M4s, and the AK. KMZ does not have the op in the round, though, as he went down after the 3K. KMZ is nuts, says Kata sticks, and that is very true. Surprised to not see him with top 10 frags with the op this season, but he's been very effective with rifles as well. Anyway, Church going to find one over on Spammer. Fang trades it back. 4v4. Could be the last round here for Big Frames. Nesca getting Welshi. Arya's trying to work his way through the smoke, then goes down the vent, climbs back up the ladder. Fang has the information with the audio cues. KMZ, in the meantime, as mentioned with those rifles, effective. Gets Dev. Now Fang finds Arya to end it. Shokur got reality right before that, and Variance win it 16-13. Another close match lost for Big Frames. And what a shame on their side, but great for Variance. They have their 9th victory on the season. Great CT side for themselves, and an excellent T side as well. They just played a great match all around, and KMZ coming out with the big frags. 3 in the one before this with the op, and that was really the difference maker to get them to this point. So again, Variance 9-2 over on Big Frames. They fall to 7-4, and they are reeling a little bit. 3-game losing streak, but that said, like I said, actually was it? Yeah, 3-game losing streak, but most of their matches have been close, so we'll see if they can get back to it. I think Big Frames can recover and get into the playoffs. Thanks for casting, JRT, says Seaside. No problem, Seaside. Good to see you in the chat after the match, coaching your team to victory once more. And I wanted to mention, actually, Seaside's doing an awesome job coaching these guys, going out, finding their weaknesses, looking at the demos, and making sure that everything is sealed up in terms of if there's any gaps in their play. I got to give him huge props, especially on Mirage. I believe earlier in the season they played Mirage, lost a match, and then came back and just won the next one pretty convincingly. Or I'm not sure if it was a loss. I can't remember right now. But anyway, they struggled a little bit on their CT side. But yeah, awesome. Great casting, JRT, says Mirage. Thank you so much. Mirage, KMZ saying that was a great match. Indeed it was. Spammer does the heavy lifting. Yeah, Spammer, of course, the IGL. And Seaside saying he's Moral Sport. Don't downplay your contributions. I'm sure both of you guys are coming in there big time. I give it. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. So, Variance 1 win away from getting a guaranteed playoff spot. But the way they played here and the way they played all season long, I think that's pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered. Over on, Big Frames. We'll see. See what happens there. So that's it for the match, guys. Do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, would appreciate a follow at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end on Twitter. I will be posting highlights from the match after this, and at JRTTV without the 2 E's at the end, just JRTTV on my Twitch. Just checking out the chat one more time here, guys, to see if you have any final notes. Thank you, JRTTV. No problem, KMZ. Happy to do it. And, well, I love you too, KMZ. Thank you for the love. Here's a heart in chat, because you're awesome. All right, guys. So, again, final score 16-13 in favor of Variance. They go to 9-2 on the season. Big Frames fall for their 3rd loss in a row, falling to 7-4, excuse me. I am JRT signing off for the night. Thank you all for coming out. Have a great one and take care of yourselves. Peace.